I'm going to be a hero. Oh, he's like, go see Philoctetes. Go see him. And I was like, Teenies and Phil? What are you talking about? Oh, no one knows. And so Pegasus just knows where this is. I don't know. It's convenient, right?
Right.
So they go there, and it's all this stuff is all broken down. There's like a head of a statue. He's like, I don't know where I don't be here.
Uh-oh.
And he's like, are you sure this is the right place? And he's like, yeah, I think so. The horse talks now.
Right.
He doesn't, but he does. Pretty much. And then he hears a bunch of giggling, and he's like, that's weird. And he like looks through, and it's a bunch of, what are they? Nymphs? Yeah, nymphs. In a little bath, and they're just being cute.
Are they sexy?
Yes, they're sexy. Because nymphs are sexy.
On a scale from 1 to sexy, what are they?
Sexy.
Wow, that's the full-on. Okay.
Well, and here's why. Because then he looks down and sees a satyr butt laughing or neighing. He's like, he's all excited.
Yeah, it's weird too. That's really weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate it. And then he's like, oh, little guy, which is also weird. And he pulls him out. And he's like, whoa, you're creepy. And isn't it, what's his name? The voice actor?
Danny
Danny DeVito. He
Yeah.
looks just like him.
He really does.
It's 100%. Like they
Yeah.
scanned him into the show.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's cool. And he's like, I'm Philoctetes. He doesn't do that. He's like, I'm looking for Phil.
Hey guys, I'm Phil. What's going on?
He's like, I'm looking for Phil. And he's like, that's me. Call me Phil, I think what he says. And he's like,
I
he
got
has, like,
two
that
words
accent.
for you. My name is Phil.
So he's like, oh, and then he gets mad because he's scared the nymphs, and so he runs after them, and they turn into trees and stuff. And he's like, why did you do the thing? And he's like, I'm sorry. Hercules is really
Why
bad.
do they turn into trees?
Because they're,
Because
like,
they're nymphs.
They're
That's
nymphs.
what nymphs do.
Yeah.
Trees aren't sexy.
They're
But
like
they-
nature.
You told me they were sexy.
They are sexy.
Now you said they're trees.
You haven't seen a sexy tree though. You don't know.
Sexy trees.
What kind of sex with trees?
Yes,
But
you
they're-
can. I did it in an episode of the show.
Yeah, that's true. Oh my God, he did. It was Groot. He had,
What are you talking about?
he had sex with Groot.
Oh yeah. That's,
You put me up to it, remember? So
Or was it Rocket? Did you have sex with Rocket too?
no, I married Rocket.
But then, by marrying him, you also need to fulfill your
I
husbandly
don't.
duties.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, that's a good way to get Rocket to, find a little sugar on the side.
Yeah.
If you're not going to give it to him at home.
So.
Which, by the way, is a horrible way to think about relationships.
Yeah, it's bad.
Is
for the
it?
record.
It's
So-
bad.
somebody that I know posted that recently. Like, if you expect your man, and it was a guy, and it's like, you are an ass. So anyways, but that's
Bad.
nymphs, and okay.
So, and he's like, I want to train under you because I want to be a hero. And then he's like, no, I'm retired. And he's like, but look at me. Look at me. He's like, yeah, you look clumsy and dumb, and I don't like you. He doesn't say that. but I
Well,
think he does.
because he trained Achilles.
Yeah, so he trained a bunch of people, like Theseus and Perseus, and he's like a lot of yesses, which I thought was kind of funny.
Yeah, right.
I like that. And then he's like, and then there was Achilles. And I'm like, oh, that's silly because Achilles heel.
Achilles was like the best.
But for what's
Except
worth,
that he wasn't.
he was actually really awesome. And people were
He
like
did.
laughing
He
at
did
him.
a
But
lot.
it's like, you were pretty sweet. Like,
Yeah.
let's throw it out there.
You accomplished a lot of
He
stuff.
did. So, whatever, Phil. He's being rude. He's
Yeah.
disrespecting his child.
So in Greek mythology, is the Achilles like they hit it and he died, or they just like injured him really bad?
I don't know exactly. I think it was like
He
was
dies.
just- he dies.
He
Okay.
dies from his Achilles.
If he dies, he dies.
That-
Yeah, because he's unstoppable except for that.
Right.
They can't even harm him.
But I thought
Oh,
like
yeah.
But when he gets hit in that one spot, he goes down like a bitch.
Well, I thought maybe he got down and then they were like, "You're done," and they cut off his head or
right,
something.
right. That's what I was wondering.
But I think you
maybe
might be
that was
right,
it.
Chris, that it's
I
more
think he
of
does
like,
just die immediately.
yeah. Which
Wait,
is sad.
you know what's throwing me off is Troy, the movie.
Me too. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I
Which
don't wanna
they
think
shouldn't
about
let
it.
it do that.
No,
no, I
because
know.
he's not even an immortal
Whoa.
in
No.
that. Well,
No,
No,
he's just like a
really
sexy.
really, really good at fighting.
And he has his little lover Patrocles, and they're so cute, and it was real. They were so
Ow.
cute and together.
They were what?
Yeah, it was his cousin, and they
It
were
was
lovers.
no, but they weren't.
No,
the first
they-
part of what you said about that is true.
No, they were. Legit, they were.
What are you? What?
Yes. I'm not kidding. It's not a joke. Look it up. Look it up.
In the movie or like
no,
in?
in the story. Well, there's weird implications in this, but it's more head. It's
See,
more
this
hetero.
one with you, I don't know if it's implied or if you're like actually.
No, but in the Alexander movie with Hephaestion, that was explicit.
Alexander with Colin Farrell.
And what's his name?
Colin Farrell? Is that his name?
Yeah, it is. I always think of Will Ferrell.
Yeah, okay, that's weird.
Colin Farrell and pretty guy from Dallas Buyers Club.
Matthew McConaughey?
No, the other one.
I don't know.
My favorite. Jared Leto.
Oh.
They were like legit lovers
How did
too.
you forget his name?
No, I always
What's
forget
wrong
it.
with
Rosario
you?
Dawson's in that movie too.
Who is?
Rosario Dawson.
I don't know who that is.
She's a lady.
She's a lady.
She is a female
She's
actress.
female. All right, so I don't know where we're
Can I
at.
just real quick say Shaun?
This is great.
Oh God.
Oh no.
The guy, the best character in Troy.
Oh.
The best character in Troy, and he gets killed by Achilles after putting up a hell of a fight.
I don't even know who that
And then
is.
he gets killed.
First person.
First person.
This is what Sora sees right now.
Oh,
Oh.
nice.
Oh, he's falling off.
I don't know. But that
It's
movie,
he's Orlando Bloom's brother.
That's right.
Ends up getting killed for him.
I liked him.
Yeah, he was the best character of the movie.
He
And he
was.
died like a bit. No, he didn't. He put up a really
It
good
was
fight,
a good
but
one. I remember
yeah.
the death was good.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah. So Phil's like, look at all these losers. It's like that's so mean.
Yeah.
And insensitive, and I was
they're all
offended by
dead.
it.
Or, no, they're not all dead. One of them's
No,
dead.
they're all dead.
They all died by this point?
I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't think Perseus died.
I don't know. I think they're dead.
Okay.
I think they're dead.
Fair enough.
And then Hercules is like, just come outside with me for a minute. He's like, I'm gonna show you my stuff, which is weird.
Okay.
He does that, and he goes out, and he has like a little,
He
there's
takes
like a
his
thing.
pants off.
Yeah, and that was weird. I remember that specifically. I
Yeah,
was like,
he's
that's
very well endowed.
And for some reason, that's the one part of him that's still glowing.
Yeah. That's what the one drop did.
But who'd have thunk?
Yeah, and it's a parable for male confidence and what you can achieve.
So he gets a shield, a huge statue shield, and he picks it up and he hurls it into the ocean. And Phil says, "Holy Hera!"
Phil has an orgasm
right there.
immediately.
Yeah, I think he did. He says, "Holy Hera," and I was like, "That's cute." And he's like, "Okay, maybe." And then Zeus shoots a lightning bolt that hits him.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Okay, I guess I'll do it." Like,
Could
this
it-
is the stupidest thing ever.
Didn't you
Coulda-
just hit Pain and Panic with a lightning bolt?
Yeah,
Yeah.
could have killed him right there, too.
Yeah, and he's like, "My answer is, yeah, I'll do it." After he gets hit with a lightning bolt, he's like,
Yeah.
"Really?"
Yeah, my answer is 2 words. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. I was like, "Okay." He's like
Yeah.
dead almost.
He's pretty much dead.
And then...
And then there's a training montage.
Yeah, let's get down to business to defeat Hades. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Okay, I like it.
And there's okay.
Did they send me mortals when I asked for gods?
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. So he's
So they
learning to
train
be a
and- yeah,
hero,
right.
and it's problematic for me because the damsel in distress bit bothers me a lot. But it's fine. I understand.
I mean, the movie's not called Meg.
But don't they turn it on its head because she's not actually a damsel in distress?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He-
Making it?
yes, but then she ends up being a damsel.
Yeah, I was gonna say they turn it on its head, but then they follow the convention anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
But anyway, he's training with these damsels. Their heads are falling off, and he's being careless. And he's like, "Oh my god, I suck." But then he becomes hot. He's sexy Hercules now.
Yeah.
And you're like, "Whoa, when did that happen?"
Which is funny because I never really understood, like Superman,
Yeah.
ripped out of his mind. But why? He would
Yeah.
be that strong even being like flabby.
Yeah.
So why?
Well-
I
like-
guess if you lift cars, you get a ton of workout
Yeah.
in.
At the very least, I
Oh.
appreciated that it took years of effort, and it looked like physical strength. He was doing so I actually got it with Hercules, but with Superman, I'm a little dubious.
I don't know.
Like
I don't
Hercules uses his strength all the time. Superman uses his eye lasers and
Yeah.
other stuff that,
Yeah. I don't know.
his freeze breath
Yeah.
doesn't involve any muscles at all.
No. So yeah. So he's like, "I'm hot." Cool. And Phil's like, "Yay, let's do this."
Yeah, Danny
You're
DeVito.
hot.
Danny DeVito known for saying things like "yay."
And you're hot, maybe
Yeah,
actually.
I don't know.
So they're like, "What do we do now? I want to show off how hot I am." And he's like, "We're going to Thebes because that place is a dumpster fire." Is basically what he says.
Okay.
And they're like, "Okay, let's do the thing." So they get on Pegasus and they go. But in the middle of going, they hear a scream like, "Whoa, this is some good practice," because I hear a female. She's in distress.
Right.
Clearly.
Yeah.
And so they go down there, and Meg is in the hand of a centaur, a huge, hideous centaur.
Oh yeah. Right.
What were you gonna say?
No, yeah, that's what I remember was the centaur, but ugly.
Real bad.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't know what gender the centaur is at one point. He's just like, excuse me. And he looks down and he's just like, sir? I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I did not catch that.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this is the thing we're doing right now.
Because the shot is behind the centaur.
Yeah.
So all you see is like Hercules
Looking
facing
down.
you, looking down in that region, but you don't know.
But that's
It's-
weird because Phil doesn't have a penis.
That's, well, maybe it goes in.
Yeah, like Silence of the Lambs, tuck it in.
Okay.
It's like, and he looks like a dude. But so did the centaur. He was ugh.
Like Silence of the Lambs. What?
Hey, just tuck it in.
What? I don't get it.
A lot of animal penises go in.
Yeah, but
they're
like
not
dogs,
being
they
used.
go in, but there's still like something there.
Oh yeah, but notice Pegasus didn't have a thing there. Nothing there.
Well, I know. That's why I'm asking. Why is this thing the one thing that
I
has
don't
a
know,
thing?
because he needed. Apparently, they wanted a joke about not being able to determine his gender. I don't know.
He looked male though.
Totally
like,
male. He had like a 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah, if you had a thing and he had boobs
Yeah.
and a beard,
I mean, that'd be kind of interesting.
then I'm like, okay,
You're like
I
a
don't know
dwarf
what
person.
sex you are,
Yeah.
but I
So
want
he-
to have sex with you.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's weird.
Yeah, and so he's like, "Sir, like, unhand this woman," and she like rolls her eyes and is like, "No, I can handle this." And he kind of makes a mess of the whole thing. He doesn't really know what he's doing, and he sees her and is like totally infatuated. It's like, what are you doing?
I mean,
First chick he sees.
have you
He's
seen
gonna-
her though?
Yeah, she's hot though.
It's not, though.
She is though,
He
and I
could
love
have
her.
done way better. He literally could have
No.
chosen any woman in the
There
world.
is no other woman in the movie.
There's no other one. There's the fangirls,
Oh, you're okay. That's true.
and
I
one
would've
is
chosen all
so
of them.
hideous.
But that's like that's the same as the triplets who like Gaston. Like you don't want that. That's the low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, that's true, but they at least were sexy. So yeah, so she's the only female in this movie, but he's like gaga over this chick. So after a while, he ends up defeating this thing.
How does he defeat him? Doesn't he like throw him
Yeah.
really far?
He uses it. He's like, use your head, and he literally
He
uses his
runs
head.
into him. He does that attack in this game, by the way. He just kind of leans forward and runs at you.
That's actually kind of funny. So yeah, he hits him in the head, and then he goes flying. And then his horseshoes. Why does he have horseshoes? I don't know. The centaur has horseshoes. They come off, and they fly in the air with him, and then they hit him in the head on the way down, and then one rings around his head, the injury.
Because it's all like, whoop, which
Yeah.
is not real either.
What is that?
What bothers me is when cartoons do that, where
I
they
know.
don't follow the rules of their own. I hate
I
it.
hate it too, because Hercules gets beat up at some point, and that never happens. Where are all the little things coming out of his body? Nowhere.
It's like in those movies where like it's a realistic, everything else is realistic, but then like they're in the air and something falls, and they like hang in the air for a second, look
Yeah.
at the camera, and then fall.
Yeah.
The
And
Wile E.
what-
Coyote.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
is this?
I hate it.
This isn't, Acme, whatever. This is a real. Anyways, okay.
Yeah, so he's defeated, and she's like, thanks, I guess. And she's just very flippant, you know. He's like a wonder boy, and just kind of like high. Sometimes she's high.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All
but
the
he
time.
takes her flippancy as being into him.
Yeah.
Right.
And she's kind of
Because
like,
he doesn't know.
yeah, she's kind of like, it's like, you know, drying out her hair, and Phil's like, hey, and she like knocks him over, which is
Yeah.
funny. I was like, good, because he's disgusting.
Right, he's the worst.
Disgusting. He should be a pig, not a satyr.
You know, but I kind of want him to find love by the end of the movie.
He kind of does.
Really?
Yeah, that crazy goddess just like makes out with him like crazy. I was like,
Oh,
this
yeah,
is
right.
a thing that happens.
That's just Mount Olympus, you know?
Yeah, apparently these have like crazy orgies and stuff.
It sounds like a place that
I
I,
wanna-
would like
They have no
to-
responsibilities, so why not have orgies all day?
Yeah,
They don't
exactly.
do
And they
anything.
can't get
No.
disease,
No. Yeah.
but they can get pregnant.
Yeah, I don't
So I don't know what you do about that.
I don't
but
either. So yeah. So then they're like, I saved you, and she's like, yeah, definitely. That's cool. And but you can tell she's kind of into him because she's like looking at his like arms or something.
Okay.
I don't know. She thinks he's hot. He thinks she's hot. It's kinda-
But so like, where's the like? I'm very attracted to your personality.
it's not there yet.
No, it's not.
No, but it's okay. They can be lusting after each other. I'm fine with that. But then he's like, do you want to go on a ride with me with my horse? And the Pegasus is like, no. I say no. He goes up on a tree and he knocks an apple on Hercules' head. He's like, I don't like this chick because I'm jealous.
And then
And
they
she's
go,
like-
and it's like a whole
And
new
she,
world.
no, and she's like, your Pinto doesn't like me, and it made me laugh.
I can open your eyes.
There it is.
Take
then-
you
so
by
then he-
Pinto.
So then
Pinto.
she leaves. She just goes off into the forest. And we're
Okay.
like, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
like,
bye.
there's nowhere, there's no civilization. Why was she there? So then he gets he's like, okay, and they leave and they go to Thebes. And then it cuts to her talking to Hades. And he's like, what are you doing, bitch?
And he backhands her.
I was supposed to have the River Guardian as my person for the war. And she's like, I tried, but he gave me an offer, which means sex. He gave me an offer I had to refuse, which means sex.
It doesn't necessarily mean that.
It means
Probably
that.
means that. Yeah.
And he was like, ugh, he's like all annoyed. And then she mentioned,
Because he would have done it.
and then she's like, and then stupid Wonder Boy came to see me. And he's like, what are you talking about? What you talking about?
Like Jack Black Wonder Boy? What are you saying right now? What is the secret of his
And
power?
she's like, I don't know. His name was like Hercules or something. And he's like, what? And then Pain and Panda are like, oh my god, that name, what is it?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh my god, I know what it is. And
We
then
were
they get,
supposed
Oh,
to do a thing.
and
Oh,
we
no.
didn't kill them because we suck. Oh, I forgot about that whole thing. They sucked. They were gonna kill him and then they didn't.